everyone. The next clip you're going to be seeing is from this morning, which was terrifying and exciting. So I'm taking a public speaking class this summer, and this third speech was to be an informative speech. So obviously I took advantage of this to talk about EDS, and the teacher okayed me recording it. Or, well, obviously I wasn't recording it, but somebody was, my friend was, so I could share it with everyone, and I'm really excited about that, and just really hoping that I got all the facts right. But you know what, it's enough. I'm positive it was close enough to the facts for a bunch of college kids who had never heard of it before to at least know something. So I hope you enjoy. I'm using all these filler words. My teacher would not be pleased. So enjoy. With your entire body sick and nobody will help you. Without knowing what Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is, you can unintentionally get annoyed at the seemingly healthy teenage girl on the bus for sitting in the handicapped seat when you have no idea that she's walking around on a dislocated knee. I personally have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, hypermobile type. I have been symptomatic since I was 5 years old, and it took 14 years for me to get a diagnosis. Today, I'm going to inform you about what Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is, what the different types are, and how it affects those of us with the condition. First, I'll start off by giving you the basic biology, really basic, I promise, of why EDS occurs, what the different types are, and how connective tissue works. Then I'll move on to talking about some of the comorbid or coexisting conditions that come along with EDS. And finally, I'll unpack how doctors treat those of us with EDS. So first off, what is EDS? Which I'm going to be calling it EDS from now on. EDS is a rare genetic connective tissue disorder with 13 different types that are currently described. Reading a list of 13 different types with really confusing names that are hard to pronounce would get really boring for you guys. So I'm just going to read you a couple off the list that the Ehlers-Danlos Society gives us. Hypermobile type, like I mentioned, is what I have, which is type 3. Then it can range anywhere from periodontal type, which really affects your teeth, to dermatospraxis type, which really affects your skin, to the originally described one, classical EDS. What makes the different types different is where on the collagen gene a mutation happens. So this is connective tissue. Connective tissue is made of collagen. Collagen is a protein. Proteins are made up of DNA. So a mutation somewhere along the DNA strand will travel all the way up and affect the connective tissue. The US National Library of Medicine describes connective tissue as the cellular glue that holds the body together. Connective tissue is everywhere, in your eyes, in your skin, in your joints, in your heart, in your stomach. Here is a boring old rubber band. You stretch it out, it snaps back. That's how connective tissue is supposed to work. With EDS, it does not. It doesn't snap back, so things get loose and stretch and come apart. EDS is most commonly known for stretchy skin and dislocating joints, and while those certainly do happen, those are not the most dangerous parts of the condition. The conditions that piggyback along with EDS are what make it so dangerous. Ehlers-Danlos Support UK describes them as ranging from mental health disorders to autonomic disorders that cause rapid, irregular heart rates that make you pass out and have heat intolerance, to gastrointestinal conditions like Crohn's disease or gastroparesis. Except for the cardiovascular type, EDS is not considered to be life-threatening. It's these conditions, these comorbid conditions, that make it so dangerous. If you lose consciousness while walking down the stairs, you could fall, hit your head, and obtain a non-recoverable traumatic brain injury. With gastroparesis, you can starve. You would think that with all these very serious things going on, the doctors would want to help you, right? Nope, not the case. I would like to share with you some quotes of things doctors have said to either me or other members of the EDS community. Oh, you have the type of EDS that doesn't matter. No, you're actually wrong about how that medication is affecting you. It's just your anxiety. It's all in your head. You just need to see a therapist. I had a doctor discharge me from the ER with a sore throat when I went in with no throat pain and instead a mild anaphylactic reaction. If you were a dog, I would put you down. You're just fat. Stop wasting our resources. If you stop focusing on all of this, it'll just go away. At least it's not cancer. They teach doctors in medical school, when you hear hoofbeats, think horses, not zebras. Zebras being the rare conditions. But sometimes it is a zebra. Reflecting backwards, I've talked about how connective tissue made of mutated proteins is what lies at the core of EDS. The building blocks in our bodies are literally falling apart. Then I went over some of the associated conditions and ended with some lovely quotes from some very ignorant doctors. Now, if all you've taken away from this speech is that I said collagen and EDS about 1,000 times, and that there was something about a rubber band, that's okay. Your brain may be holding on to some of these things and you don't even realize it. And you might, in the future, have a colleague who's just talking about all of their health problems that they just cannot figure out, and you might save her those grueling 14 years.
Nice job, good work.